In Part 1, we were introduced to our team of runners, Brick, Izzy, and Thrum. They received a mission from Mr. Johnson to break a criminal Technomancer named Vector out of the highly secure Hollywood Correctional facility in the Redmond Barrens. Despite the dangers and treacherous environment, they successfully infiltrated the prison and located Vector. However, during their escape, Izzy made a heroic sacrifice, allowing Vector to get away. The team is now in a perilous situation, with Izzy's fate hanging in the balance. Izzy's sacrifice weighed heavily on the team as they continued their mission in Part 2. Brick, Thrum, and Vector were devastated by the loss of their friend and teammate. Izzy had been more than just a skilled decker, she was a loyal and integral part of their crew. Her sacrifice served as a harsh reminder of the dangerous world they operated in and the risks they faced every day as Shadowrunners. Brick, the stalwart Troll Street samurai, felt a profound sense of guilt and responsibility for Izzy's death. He believed that he should have found a way to save her, and her loss haunted him throughout their mission. Thrum, the dwarf shaman, struggled with grief but also felt a renewed determination to complete their objective. He knew that they couldn't let Izzy's sacrifice be in vain and that they needed to get Vector to safety. Vector, the Technomancer they had risked so much to rescue, felt a deep sense of gratitude mixed with sorrow for Izzy's sacrifice. He understood the cost of his freedom and was committed to helping the team complete their mission. Izzy's absence cast a long shadow over their actions and decisions in Part 2, underscoring the harsh reality of their world and the sacrifices that Shadowrunners often made in pursuit of their objectives. Vector, now free from his prison, revealed critical information to Brick and Thrum. He explained that his imprisonment at Hollywood Correctional was not a result of his criminal activities but rather a part of a larger corporate conspiracy. He had stumbled upon sensitive data that exposed a clandestine alliance between a powerful megacorporation and a notorious organized crime syndicate. This unholy alliance had been using Vector's Technomancer abilities to hack into rival corporations, steal valuable research, and manipulate stock markets. Vector had been an unwitting pawn in their game, and his discovery of their activities had made him a liability. That's why they had him imprisoned, to keep their secrets safe. The implications of this revelation were enormous. It meant that the team had inadvertently stumbled upon a web of corporate greed and criminal power plays that went far beyond their initial mission. Brick and Thrum now faced a moral dilemma. Should they continue to pursue the truth and expose this conspiracy, or should they simply focus on their own survival? The weight of their decision hung heavy in the air as they realized that their actions would have far-reaching consequences in the treacherous world of Shadowrun. Vector, whose real name was Victor Sinclair, had once been a brilliant computer programmer working for a reputable software corporation. However, his life took a drastic turn when he discovered a hidden agenda within his own company. The corporation, known as Omnisys Solutions, was deeply involved in a corporate espionage scheme. They were stealing cutting-edge technology and research from rival corporations, using Victor's unparalleled hacking skills to do so. Horrified by the unethical practices of his employers, Victor decided to blow the whistle and expose the truth. He reached out to a group of activists who promised to help him reveal Omnisys' secrets to the world. But before they could make their move, Omnisys got wind of Victor's intentions and framed him for a series of high-profile cybercrimes. This led to his arrest and imprisonment in Hollywood Correctional. Unknown to Victor, Omnisys had an alliance with a notorious criminal syndicate called the Black Serpents. This alliance allowed Omnisys to launder their ill-gotten gains through the criminal underworld and maintain a facade of legitimacy. The stolen research was used to develop advanced weapons, surveillance technology, and more. The significance of the conspiracy was twofold. First, it exposed the dark underbelly of corporate greed and its willingness to manipulate governments, markets, and lives for profit. Second, it posed a direct threat to the delicate balance of power in the world of Shadowrun. If this alliance remained hidden, it would mean even greater control by these shadowy entities over the lives of ordinary citizens, corporations, and Shadowrunners alike. Brick and Thrum were now faced with a choice: to expose the truth and dismantle this dangerous alliance, or to walk away, knowing that the consequences of their actions would shape the fate of countless lives in the tumultuous world of Shadowrun. As Brick and Thrum absorbed the shocking revelations from Vector, the weight of their newfound knowledge bore down upon them. They realized that their actions in freeing Vector had disrupted the intricate web of corporate power, putting a target squarely on their backs. The very entities that had imprisoned Vector, Omniscience Solutions, and the Black Serpents now saw them as a significant threat. Omniscience Solutions, a formidable software corporation with deep pockets and far-reaching influence, had already demonstrated their willingness to manipulate governments and crush dissent. The Black Serpents, a ruthless criminal syndicate, possessed an army of mercenaries, hackers, and spies. Both organizations were now determined to eliminate Brick, Thrum, and Vector to protect their interests and maintain the secrecy of their unholy alliance. The team found themselves pursued relentlessly through the neon-lit streets of the sprawl. Every shadow held a potential threat, every passerby a potential informant. Omniscience used their vast resources to dig into the runners' backgrounds, uncovering every detail of their lives and vulnerabilities. The Black Serpents dispatched their deadliest enforcers to hunt down the team. In a world where power was everything, the team had disrupted the balance and the consequences were dire. With their backs against the wall and the shadows closing in, Brick, Thrum, and Vector had to rely on their wits, skills, and newfound determination to survive. The corporate forces pursuing them would stop at nothing to bury the truth, but the runners were ready to fight back, no matter the cost. The relentless pursuit of the team by Omniscience Solutions and the Black Serpents intensified with each passing day. It was a cat-and-mouse game played out in the unforgiving sprawl of the 2070s Shadowrun world where the odds were stacked against the runners. Omniscience Solutions employed every technological resource at their disposal, deploying legions of data-driven trackers and surveillance drones to follow the digital trail left by Brick and Thrum. Their virtual presence was pervasive, and the duo had to constantly employ intricate hacking maneuvers and encryption to stay hidden in the vast sea of data. Meanwhile, the Black Serpents were the boots on the ground, sending waves of merciless enforcers to track the team through the neon-lit streets and grimy back alleys of the sprawl. The syndicate's reach extended deep into the criminal underworld, ensuring that every shadow held a potential threat. As the runners moved from one safe house to another, they were met with betrayal and close calls. Friends turned informants, and the dark corners they once relied on for refuge became death traps. Thrum's knowledge of magical wards and Brick's sheer combat prowess were the only things that kept them alive in the face of relentless assaults. The team's struggle to stay one step ahead was a test of their resourcefulness and resilience. Every move they made, every contact they relied upon, was a potential trap. It was a harrowing existence, and the toll on their physical and mental well-being was immense. Yet, despite the odds, the runners pressed on. They knew that the information Vector possessed was a weapon that could bring down the corrupt corporate giants and expose the unholy alliance between Omniscience Solutions and the Black Serpents. The pursuit was relentless, but so was their determination to expose the truth and exact justice on those who had wronged them. Brick, Thrum, and Vector were locked in a deadly dance with their pursuers, and the outcome would shape the fate of the Shadowrun world. The relentless pursuit by Omniscience Solutions and the Black Serpents pushed Brick, Thrum, and Vector to their limits. Every day was a battle for survival as they dodged bullets, evaded trackers, and relied on their skills to stay one step ahead. But the shadows held more secrets, and the runners knew that a final reckoning was inevitable. It was in the heart of the Redmond Barrens, a place where the lines between law and anarchy blurred, that the climactic confrontation would unfold. The team had gathered valuable evidence of the corporate conspiracy, information that could bring the mighty to their knees. It was time to make their stand. Amidst the flickering neon lights and the backdrop of dilapidated buildings, the runners laid a trap for their pursuers. With Thrum's magical wards concealing their presence and Brick's combat prowess honed to perfection, they waited for the inevitable clash. Omniscience Solutions' elite mercenaries and the Black Serpent's ruthless enforcers descended upon the Barrens, thinking they had the runners cornered. But they underestimated the tenacity of Brick, the cunning of Thrum, and the hacking prowess of Vector. As the first shots rang out, Brick charged into the fray like a force of nature, his cybernetically enhanced reflexes turning him into an unstoppable juggernaut. Thrum's magic twisted and weaved through the battlefield, turning the very elements against their foes. Vector, ensconced in a hidden vantage point, unleashed a digital storm, crippling the enemy's communications and weapon systems. It was a chaotic battle where bullets and spells collided in a cacophony of destruction. Brick's strength and resilience were put to the test as he faced off against Omnicy's Solutions' cyber-augmented warriors, his massive frame a bulwark against their onslaught. Thrum's spells unleashed devastating magical fury, and Vector's hacking expertise left the Black Serpent's equipment in ruins. In the end, it was a battle of attrition, and the corporate adversaries found themselves outmatched. The runners' determination, their unwavering commitment to expose the truth, proved to be their greatest weapon. As the dust settled and the defeated adversaries retreated, the team stood victorious, battered but resolute. The climactic confrontation had come, and Brick, Thrum, and Vector had triumphed against all odds. The evidence they had gathered would be the catalyst for a reckoning, a battle not just for their survival, but for justice and the truth. Their journey was far from over, but in that moment, they knew that the shadows could be pushed back, and the corrupt could be brought to justice. Amidst the neon-lit chaos of the Redmond Barrens, the runners faced a high-stakes battle that tested their mettle like never before. Omnicy's Solutions, a formidable corporate entity, had dispatched a squad of cyber-enhanced mercenaries, each one a technological marvel. These foes were equipped with cutting-edge cyberware, neural interfaces, and weapons that could tear through steel. Brick, the towering Troll Street samurai, was the first to engage. His cybernetically enhanced reflexes allowed him to react with blinding speed as he leaped into the fray. The mercenaries, equipped with cyber limbs and neural boosters, were fast and deadly, but Brick's raw physical power and combat skills made him a force to be reckoned with. His massive cyber arms swung like sledgehammers, crushing opponents and sending them flying. Thrum, the dwarf shaman, called upon the spirits of the Barrens to aid him. He unleashed a torrent of elemental magic, creating barriers of fire and ice to confound the mercenaries. But Omnicy's Solutions had equipped their forces with cutting-edge nanotechnology, allowing them to adapt quickly to changing environments. The mercenaries fought through the elemental onslaught, their neural interfaces allowing them to control their bodies with precision. Vector, the human Decker, fought a different battle in the digital realm. He engaged in a cyber duel with the enemy's Technomancer, a foe who could manipulate the Matrix with deadly efficiency. The clash of code and algorithms was as intense as the physical combat, with Vector using his skills to disrupt the enemy's augmented reality overlays and communications systems. The digital battlefield was a whirlwind of virtual bullets and data storms. The battle raged on, the runners' cyber enhancements and magical abilities pitted against the advanced technology of their adversaries. It was a high-stakes struggle where every move could mean the difference between life and death. The mercenaries' neural interfaces allowed them to coordinate their attacks with frightening precision, but Brick's brute strength, Thrum's elemental fury, and Vector's hacking expertise proved to be formidable counters. As the battle reached its climax, the runners managed to disable the neural interfaces of the mercenaries, rendering them vulnerable. Brick's cyber implants allowed him to withstand a barrage of gunfire, and Thrum's magic overwhelmed the remaining foes. Vector's digital prowess ensured that the enemy's backup and reinforcements were cut off. In the end, the runners emerged victorious, but not unscathed. The high-stakes battle had pushed them to their limits, leaving them battered and bruised. They knew that the corporate adversaries would not relent, and the shadows held more challenges to come. The battle had been a testament to their skills and determination, but it was also a stark reminder that in the world of Shadowrun, technology and magic clashed with deadly consequences. In the aftermath of the relentless battle, the team found themselves one step closer to unraveling the corporate conspiracy that had threatened their lives. Vector, the rescued Technomancer, had accessed encrypted data hidden within Omnicy's Solutions servers. It revealed a sinister plot involving illegal experiments on Technomancers and attempts to harness their unique abilities for corporate gain. As they dug deeper into the conspiracy, the team discovered that key players within Omnicy's Solutions had been involved in the capture and experimentation on Technomancers, including Vector himself. Their goal was to develop a new breed of cyber soldiers with unparalleled hacking skills, capable of infiltrating rival corporations' networks with ease. With this damning evidence in their hands, the team knew they had to expose Omnicy Solutions' dark secrets to the world. They carefully orchestrated a data leak, revealing the corporation's involvement in the illegal experiments, putting the megacorp in the crosshairs of law enforcement, media, and corporate rivals. The backlash was swift and severe, causing a public relations disaster for Omnicy Solutions. However, the corporate giants did not go down without a fight. They retaliated with legal and extra-legal means, launching smear campaigns against the runners and manipulating the media to frame them as terrorists. The team found themselves hunted not only by the corporations but also by law enforcement agencies that had fallen under the megacorp's influence. In a final act of desperation, the team split up to evade capture, each member going deep underground in the shadows to live a life on the run. Brick, Thrum, and Vector scattered to the wind, their once strong bond severed by the relentless pursuit. As time passed, their names faded from the headlines and the corporate storm seemed to settle. But the shadows had claimed them and they knew they could never truly escape the reach of the megacorp. The world of Shadowrun was a cruel and unforgiving place where even the most daring runners had to make sacrifices to survive. And so, the story of Brick, Thrum, and Vector ended with a bitter realization: in the shadows, there were no heroes, only survivors. Each had paid a steep price for their actions, and their fates remained uncertain, forever entwined in the web of secrets and intrigue that defined the dystopian world of 2070's Shadowrun.